I want you to make me a key. Red for logical, green for ethical, blue for emotional, so on and so forth. You don't have to follow those colors, but you know that you need to make a key with 3 colors and label them. Okay? What I want you to do, though, is before you mark anything on this sheet, I want you to highlight 3 logical appeals, 3 emotional, and 3 ethical. And before you mark it in permanent ink, make sure it's correct. Discuss it. Okay? Altruistically, your knowledge could help somebody else, and then all of a sudden, collectively, we become a stronger class because the knowledge spreads, right? Okay? So, with that being said, you're going to get your packet. You're going to highlight logical, ethical, and emotional appeals. How many for each? 3. Very good. All right? Don't worry about the back. That's rhetorical devices. And in that Herb Brooks speech right there, I was already counting them, going off in my head, okay, how many times he used exclamatory statements, rhetorical questions, repetition, restatement, juxtaposition, all that good stuff you're going to know starting tomorrow. But for today, let's focus on reviewing and applying our knowledge of appeals. Does anybody have any questions so far? Now, you may have, for instance, logical. When you find logical appeal, some of this is dead set. I mean, you know it, you can't debate it for a fact. And then there's going to be some that are purely ethical. But then you're also going to come across some of them that are right in the middle. Like, okay, to him, he knows it's fact, but to us it sounds kind of like opinionated. Weigh the options, talk it over, because sometimes you may find that it could be both. All right? So, work with partners, ask me questions, use this time very wisely, and look at this. Okay? I'm giving you 2 extra minutes. How about that? Didn't that happen today as well? So you get 17 minutes instead of 15 minutes. Okay? So with that being said, just what I want, hold on, whoa. So we don't have a mob coming up here. Okay? Let's go with this table, and then this table over here, okay, to get yours. And I'll help out this table here. All right? There we go. For you. I will get the stapler for you. I'll send it around. So if you need this, go ahead. There we go. Yep. Good. All the staplers up here. Stapler? Stable? Yes. Okay, gentlemen, that far table on the left, come on over.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good. First, second, third. Yeah. Guys, come on over. And then girls, come on over. Appreciate that. You guys got yours? Okay, last table right in the middle, back row. Come on over. Don't forget your markers. All right, let me have your attention real quick. You in the back. 1 second. Eyes right here. Mouths closed, ears open. All right, so I'm already hearing this, and this is good because this is a way of doing a formative assessment in a way, checking to make sure that we have understanding. Okay. So right away, if I'm hearing correctly, I've got a group over here talking about. Go ahead, say that nice and loud.
That's the lowest I've ever seen Dick Vitale since the owner of the Detroit Pistons called him in and told him he should go into broadcast.
Okay, so Jim Valvano says that's the lowest I've seen Dick Vitale, okay, since the owner of the Detroit Pistons called him in and said, hey, you know what, you're a better broadcaster than a coach, right? Now, that's probably fact to Jim Valvano, but that's the way he feels. Does he know that's the lowest point that Dick Vitale's ever had in his life? Probably not. So chances are that's probably going to be one of those middle of the road. I'd probably side more ethical than logical. Okay? So it's his own feeling, but feelings are what? Opinions. Okay?
Just trying to be funny.
Okay, now, there's another way you can do this too. Now, on paper, we don't know that Jim Valvano has cancer. And on paper, we don't get the effect that we had when we watched and heard, okay, the speech. Images are very powerful, and you don't get that, unfortunately, with the transcript. What was the audience like when he, he came up nice and slow. He had to have assistants go up there. We know that he has cancer from the background we did on him. Okay, they applauded him. Okay, some people were doing what? Crying because they know that he's going through a rough time. They know chances are he's probably going to die, unfortunately, which he does later on. Okay, and so he uses what? Comical relief. Okay, he makes a joke to relieve the tension. So if you really believe that that is what? Emotional appeal, then put it in emotional. If you feel that it's ethical, then put it in ethical. I'll let you decide on that, but you can't use it more than once. Okay? So, like I said, I'm going to walk around and ask me questions, but at the same time don't just ask me, all right, just to find out an answer. Do your best to do it yourself, all right? And be able to discuss that with me as I come around. Okay, go ahead, thanks.
Just trying to make it easy.
Could be one of the two you can't use once. I think you might not console, but
What's yellow gonna do?
he knows he is, but it's also that's the way he feels too. Anytime you have a feeling, it's usually emotional or ethical.
Alright,
So that's his opinion of himself, right? So it's probably more ethical. Oh, the question is, okay, when you go to, so after you highlight it and you have to then, transcribe it onto the worksheet, can you use ellipses? Taking out the parts of the speech that you don't necessarily need. Yes, you can use the ... ellipses, all right, but don't let it take out important parts of that line and that statement, okay? Don't take out what I need to see that makes it logical, ethical, or emotional. Yes? But it's Dick's opinion, right? But at the same time, it's probably I believe, okay, anytime you come across that, it's anything you can't prove with facts. I think Forest Hills Northern is the best high school out of the three because we are more diverse. That's an opinion. Now, diversity, we may do a study, and logically, yeah, we may have more diverse. Or diversity. Anytime you feel an emotion, right? If he says something that makes you feel sad, it's emotional. Anytime you feel something that makes you happy, pumps you up, and sometimes you can have something that's logical that acts as an emotional feeling as well. So I'm just use that. Okay. Girls, how are we doing? Coming.
The verse says everything is going to be verse 7.
I'm sorry? No. Majority of them, but you're only looking for each. And trust me, I mean, if we went through this, you would have double digits for each of these. I mean, there's a lot in that you can dissect into each of these categories, but Yes. Yep. Yeah, make sure you understand you need your own paper, okay? You can work collectively together, but you need your own paper. And I think many of you right now, many of you are reading this and you're finding out there's way more than just 3 pieces of evidence for logical, 3 for ethical, 3 for emotional. Yeah, that's true. This is just to kind of get our feet wet and get you confident in deciphering how to choose which of the 3 it is. Okay? Because tomorrow, when we do Patrick Henry's speech to the Virginia Convention, we're going to do, please listen up, we're going to do appeals and we're going to do devices. You haven't learned devices yet. That's tomorrow. Okay? We're taking this step by step instead of putting you in the deep end and saying, okay, here you go. Here's everything you need to know. Learn it. All right? So step by step, even tomorrow, we're going to come back to Jim Valvano, and then we're going to add in the rhetorical devices. And you're going to see visually, okay, with the highlighting, you're going to see how speakers use appeals and devices to reach their audience. Okay? All right, continue working. Thank you.
Mr. Saltini, can we start watching that Nike stuff?
I'm not going to be able to watch it today, but probably tomorrow. Because I have a feeling it's probably irrelevant.
No, it's
not,
good.
actually, it's not irrelevant.
Hey, well, guess what? Tomorrow it'll be a great anticipatory set. It'll be a great way to warm us up. How about that? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, real quick here. Let's take a pause here. Let's take a pause. Groups in the back. Okay, just to make sure that we're really applying our understanding of the 3 appeals, can somebody give me, start out with logical, can somebody give me that cannot be disputed, we know for a fact it is true, Okay, Sam.
When he says, now I'm fighting cancer.
Okay, now I'm fighting cancer. We know for a fact that it's not made up. He's got this terrible disease, and that's what he's there for tonight. He's trying to get you to not feel sorry for him, but to help other people out by raising money for cancer. Okay, so cancer, all right, is something definitely that we know for a fact is logical. He's battling that. Okay, what about ethical? What about ethical, Mr. Tim?
I rode on a plane today with Mike Krzyzewski.
Krzyzewski.
Okay,
It's okay.
my good friend and wonderful coach.
Okay, so right there. Now the first part, listen please. Listen please. The first part of that is logical. We rode up here together,